Welcome to the restaurant industry in 2026, a moment that genuinely matters. We are not talking about post pandemic recovery anymore. The industry has officially shifted into a profound structural transformation, staring down a massive $1.55 trillion in global sales. But behind that enormous number lies a complex battlefield and one defining tension. How do restaurants become more automated and data driven without losing the human warmth that makes hospitality matter in the first place? Today, we are unpacking a comprehensive analysis of the technological shifts, changing consumer behaviors, and new operational realities required for sustained growth in this new era. We will see how invisible AI, Gen Z expectations, wellness driven menus, precision loyalty, and privacy compliance are all converging into a completely new operating system for restaurant success. The old playbook is being rewritten. The question is whether operators are ready to pick up the new one. So, with that stage set, let's start with the question that makes this transformation so urgent. Here is the core research question. In a restaurant market transformed by technology, shifting consumer behavior, and mounting operational complexity, what actually drives sustained growth? Is it lower prices, more automation, better food, smarter marketing? Or is it a powerful new combination of all of them? That question matters right now because the industry is caught in a complex matrix of forces that have permanently reshuffled the deck. Macroeconomic cost pressures are relentless. Labor costs are ballooning, food costs remain volatile, and every operational decision is under a microscope. At the same time, artificial intelligence has matured far beyond simple parlor tricks. Physiological shifts and demographic milestones have completely rewritten the rules. Generation Z has decisively overtaken older cohorts as the primary driver of dining frequency, loyalty program engagement, and marketing response. And the widespread adoption of GLP-1 weight loss medications is structurally altering consumption habits in ways that demand a menu rethink. Restaurants need to be both digitally precise and emotionally resonant. The old assumptions are breaking down, and operators can no longer survive on intuition alone. So before we turn to solutions, we need to honestly understand why the old approaches are no longer enough. So what exactly is wrong with the old ways? Let's be direct about why traditional approaches are collapsing across multiple fronts simultaneously. First, visible tech gimmicks, those novelty robot servers in the dining room, attracted attention but did almost nothing to fix the real profit leaks in the kitchen, inventory room, and back office. They were expensive distractions, while the real revolution was quietly happening behind the scenes. Second, discount-driven marketing is dying. Gen Z does not want your 10% off coupon. They see right through margin-eroding blanket promotions, and those desperate race-to-the-bottom price cuts are actually repelling the very customers operators want to attract. Gen Z views casual dining as vital social infrastructure. They will pay full price for an experience that feels personal and authentic. Third, traditional menu logic built around massive portions and cheap ingredients is completely misaligned with the GLP-1 effect. A growing segment of diners physically cannot eat large portions and are actively seeking nutrient-dense, smaller, more functional meals. Bigger is no longer automatically better. And fourth, reactive operations, manual scheduling, static inventory thresholds, fragmented guest data, and weak privacy controls are simply too slow and too costly for this environment. The industry is not dealing with one isolated problem. It is confronting a system-wide mismatch between old tools and new realities. So naturally, the next question becomes, what actually replaces that outdated model? Here is the breakthrough that forward-thinking operators have discovered. The most impactful innovations are completely invisible to the guest. While everyone was distracted by robot servers, smart operators pivoted to invisible and agentic AI working silently in the back of house. This is not about replacing humans. It is about building a digital engine room that augments them. Picture AI platforms analyzing historical sales, local weather, community events, and social media trends to predict customer traffic with over 90% accuracy. That means prepping precisely for a downtown lunch rush, preventing stockouts, and eliminating costly end-of-day waste, all without a manager having to guess. That same predictive engine integrates with your point of sale and supplier systems for real time inventory management, automatically triggering reorders when items hit optimal thresholds based on forecasted demand rather than static par levels. The game changer is automated labor scheduling that cuts costs by up to 30% by aligning staffing with actual customer flow, factoring in employee availability, skills, and labor regulations simultaneously. All of these systems then converge in an AI powered kitchen display system that orchestrates the entire back of house workflow, prioritizing orders, coordinating timing across stations, tracking prep times, and eliminating bottlenecks. During peak hours, this accelerates service by 20 to 30%. But this invisible operational engine is only half the equation. The same data discipline must extend into how restaurants design their menus, build loyalty, and govern guest data. And when it does, the results become genuinely remarkable. So, what do the findings actually show? The results of this invisible architecture are staggering across multiple dimensions. Operationally, predictive analytics are hitting over 90% accuracy for demand forecasting, meaning you are no longer guessing, you are precision prepping for every single day part. Automated labor scheduling is slashing labor costs by as much as 30%, your single largest controllable expense, while simultaneously improving service quality because you have exactly the right staff at exactly the right moments. And that AI-powered kitchen display system is accelerating service by 20 to 30% during peak hours while reducing costly remakes. But here is where the findings get deeply interesting. The consumer data reveals why operational efficiency must be paired with experience-led strategy. 73% of Gen Z diners cite poor food quality as their primary reason for a disappointing visit, far higher than older cohorts. 58% expect brands to anticipate their individual needs based on past behavior, which is precisely why generic discounts fail. On the menu side, restaurants are finding powerful traction with smaller, protein and fiber-rich meals built around versatile poultry, fermented ingredients, heritage legumes, and high-margin functional beverages. Think protein-fortified mocktails and prebiotic drinks that create what the research calls indulgent wellness. And on the loyalty front, 61% of operators are now creating unique ticketed dining experiences, and 87% are using AI for tailored messaging campaigns because experiential rewards outperform discount promotions every single time. These are not just numbers. They are proof that the future belongs to restaurants that blend invisible operational excellence with hypervisible experiential value. So what does this actually look like in practice? Fast casual hybrids like Chipotle and Panera are absolutely thriving by blending quick service convenience with full service quality and customization. And they are doing it powered by invisible operational intelligence, not gimmicks. Coffee shops have cemented themselves as Gen Z's essential third place. They're daytime hubs for relaxed social gatherings amplified by social media. These are not just coffee shops, they are community centers with caffeine, and the AI-driven efficiency running behind the scenes is what makes the warm, unhurried experience feel effortless. On the marketing side, rich communication services are emerging as the clear successor to SMS. Imagine interactive branded messages with high-resolution images, carousels of new dishes, and one-tap buttons to book a table or claim a loyalty reward, all without leaving the conversation. But critically, the smartest operators pair that AI-generated outreach with a human-in-the-loop review system, ensuring every message sounds warm and authentic rather than algorithmically cold. Micro-influencers have also become powerful partners, offering credible story-driven content that showcases genuine atmosphere from a real guest's perspective, exactly the kind of trust Gen Z values. And on the workforce side, forward-thinking organizations are replacing degree requirements with skills-based hiring, integrating AI literacy into every role, and providing transparent career pathways that offer the flexibility and psychological safety a Gen Z workforce demands. This is what happens when invisible efficiency meets visible, human-centered experience, each one enabling the other to reach heights neither could achieve alone. This all leads us to a fundamental paradigm shift, one that sits at the heart of the entire paper. The most successful operators in 2026 do not view technology and hospitality as competing forces. They view them as complementary ones. The future is not about choosing between AI and human connection. It is about using invisible architectural AI to protect margins from the back of house so you can reallocate human capital where it matters most, the guest experience. The era of visible gimmicks is over. The era of invisible intelligence that makes authentic hospitality possible and scalable has arrived. Looking forward, this means unified cloud commerce platforms that seamlessly integrate every operational touchpoint. It means AI-driven supply chain management that anticipates disruptions before they happen. It means a Gen Z majority workforce supported by flexible scheduling, skills-first advancement, psychological safety, and continuous AI upskilling, not rigid tenure tracks and corporate hierarchies. And it means treating privacy, cybersecurity, and AI governance not as annoying compliance burdens, but as a fundamental pillar of brand trust, using zero-party data strategies where customers intentionally share information because they genuinely trust you. The core mission of restaurants remains beautifully unchanged, facilitating genuine human connection. But now, for the first time, we have a digital infrastructure worthy of that mission. Technology handles the complexity so humans can deliver the warmth. And with that resolution clear, all that remains is to bring the whole story together. Now let's bring it all together and make it actionable. The restaurant industry in 2026 demands a sophisticated synthesis of 5 key ingredients. Ingredient 1, invisible AI that predicts demand with over 90% accuracy, automates inventory, slashes labor costs by up to 30%, and orchestrates your entire kitchen through an intelligent display system, all completely unseen by the guest. Ingredient 2, a complete redefinition of value, away from transactional discounts and toward experiential worth. Because Gen Z wants quality food, memorable social settings, and personal connection that feels genuine. Ingredient 3, menu engineering that responds to the GLP-1 effect and the broader wellness shift with smaller, protein-rich, nutrient-dense offerings built around poultry, fermented ingredients, heritage legumes, and high-margin functional beverages. Ingredient 4, precision loyalty powered by unified first-party data, hyper-personalized rewards, human-reviewed AI outreach, micro-influencer partnerships, and rich communication channels that create seamless, trusted brand touchpoints. And ingredient 5, operational resilience through a flexible, skills-first workforce supported by continuous AI upskilling, psychological safety, and privacy-centered governance that turns compliance into a competitive advantage. The bottom line is this: sustained growth in 2026 comes from building smarter systems behind the scenes so hospitality can shine brilliantly out front. The tools are here, the data is clear, the direction is set. Start building your invisible architecture today, because the restaurants that blend digital precision with authentic human warmth are not just surviving this transformation. They are defining what the entire industry becomes next. Like and subscribe for more helpful videos like this. Connect with Forks for the experienced accounting professionals your restaurant needs. Details in description below.